right, hi everybody. Welcome back to Yoga with Tay, where we are intentional about movement, not necessarily powering through these flows, but just getting in touch with our bodies, moving intentionally, and finding joy in movement again. So, if you may, we're going to begin in seated position. Legs can be crossed in front of you. Maybe your hands are placed on your knees. And we're just going to settle in to the moment to begin the practice. So tapping into the breath, just to notice it, not controlling anything. Let any noises you hear gently pass. Any thoughts you may have that try to take you away, just gently notice and then come back. Coming back can be a confusing thing, but I like to use the breath as an anchor. When we start to wander, start to get lost in the noise, just come back to the breath. The inhales and the exhales. Star of the show has arrived, Mr. Banks. We'll try to go through this practice without any distractions. Maybe you see Banks roaming around, but it's either he roams around or he scratches at the door. So, right, babies? Right? So let's begin bringing our arms up towards the sky. Inhaling, maybe clasping our fingertips, reaching up, grounding our sit bones into the mat. Making sure our sit bones are rooted into the mat as we reach over to the right, bending at the elbow, opening at the chest. Exhale, coming back up. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, over to the left. Again, rooting that sit bone into the mat. Opening the chest. Inhale. We'll flow through this maybe 2 times on either side. Come back to neutral here. Let's bring a gentle bend into the neck and bringing the ear to the right shoulder. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you take your left fingertips, place them out to the left, tenting the fingers, feeling that stretch into the left side of the neck. Maybe you want to place your palm on the top of your head for a little extra hold. And then coming back to neutral. We'll do the same on the other side. Dropping the left ear to the left elbow, left shoulder. And then bringing the right fingertips out alongside you. Tenting the fingers. Maybe that's enough, or maybe we place the left palm on top of the head. And then coming back. We'll come into all fours now. Here we're in tabletop, so paying attention to our alignment here. Our palms are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips, toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels right. And we'll just begin pressing into the mat, maybe moving, shifting our weight back and forth a little bit, just to get some movement into those wrists. If we do a lot of downward dog, we can feel a lot of tension in our wrists as we move. Maybe bring some circles as well. And then circling the other side. Beautiful. Back to neutral. Let's flip our fingertips to face our knees. Maybe this is enough of a stretch here. Or maybe we want to send our hips back slightly. So feel more of a stretch into those forearms. Good. All right, coming back to palms. We'll begin coming into cat-cow now. So dropping the belly, raising the gaze, raising the chin. Inhaling at the top. And exhaling, pressing into the mat so our shoulder blades expand. Tucking our chin. Rounding our spine. Inhale, do that all over again. And exhale. And we'll just move through this at our own pace. A few minutes. Coming back to neutral spine here. Let's bring our right palm into the center of the mat. Inhale our arm up towards the sky for a nice twist. Then we thread the needle as we drop our left shoulder to the mat, bringing our right arm up and binding it behind us, maybe onto the left thigh, or maybe we just keep it at our lower back here. Really focusing on opening up through that right shoulder, opening up the chest, feeling the shoulder blade come back and down our spine. And breathe. Unbinding here, bringing our right palm into the mat. And inhale our left arm to the sky. Bring our left palm in the center of the mat this time. Right arm comes up. Exhale, we thread the needle. Inhale, left arm comes up. We bind wherever feels right for you. Okay, left palm comes to the mat, inhaling the right arm up, we come back to neutral. So here, pressing the mat away, we're coming down into a child's pose here. This is a nice little resting pose you can always return to in your practice. So today I really want to work on opening up through the chest, opening up through the heart, So while we're in our child's pose here, we're gonna do a bit more of an active one. So from here, let's move our weight a little bit forward. This is called puppy pose. So palms come to the mat a little bit further away than they naturally would for a tabletop position. We exhale our hips up and back as we stretch into the upper body, keeping our arms nice and straight. Relaxing our chin onto the mat. You might feel a little bit of shaking here. But overall, you should be feeling a nice opening through your heart chakra, through your chest. You can also place your forehead on the mat if that feels good. And then from here, dropping the elbows, clasping the palms, we'll just bring our hands behind our head here so we get more of a stretch into the upper part of the arms, into the armpit area, the chest. We're keeping the chin on the mat. And now from here, bringing the palms back to the mat. Slowly bringing yourself up, bringing the palms under your shoulders, and coming into a tabletop. So we'll tuck our toes here. Inhale, squeezing the core as you move your knees and gently hover them above the mat. Exhale, releasing everything, including your toes. Maybe rock side to side a little bit. I'm just warming up the core, activating some of our abdominal muscles. Finding stillness, and we'll do that all over again. So tucking the toes, inhaling to prepare, pressing our arms into the mat, tucking our toes, engaging our core, and then we press up. So we have a little bit of a hover over the mat. Two more seconds here, one more breath, and relax. Tuck those toes, maybe sway back and forth. Okay, this time we're gonna tuck our toes, hover for a few breaths, and then we'll press up into downward facing dog. Prepare, let's tuck the toes, press and engage our upper body into the mat. Engage our core. Exhale out the air. And then raise those knees. From here, let's press up into downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the practice. Maybe you might want to realign a little bit. Heel toe. Bring some movement into your hammies. Maybe finding some length in the back of your knees. Maybe bending, straightening. It's whatever it takes to kind of wake up the back body, while focusing on really pressing the mat away with your upper body, lengthening through the spine, bringing your tailbone up towards the sky, but your knees can keep a nice bend. Beautiful. So from here, let's look to the front of the mat, hop or step forward, both feet meet our hands, folding at the waist. Taking a moment here to feel into your breath. Inhale, slowly coming up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms up towards the sky. And exhale, folding forward. Back into your forward fold. Beautiful. So from here, planting your palms, stepping both feet back so we're in a plank. Be coming onto your tippy toes, rolling our weight forward and slowly coming down. Exhaling, controlled. Untuck those toes. We are lying on our mat, maybe bringing our palms as a pillow. From here, let's tense both of our fingertips out towards the side. So we're in kind of the cobra position here. Shoulder blades are down and back. We inhale, our gaze up towards the sky. Shoulder blades down and back. Exhale. And again, inhaling, shoulder blades down and back. Exhale. Palms can come to chest. Inhaling again, shoulder blades down and back. Coming into baby cobra here. And exhaling back down. Inhaling all the way this time. Arms are nice and straight. And then exhaling all the way down. Here, I want us to maybe bending at the knees. Maybe that's enough for you here. Or maybe we grab onto our toes and we begin inhaling again, like we did. Bring our chest up towards the sky, and then pressing our feet away. Pressing into those palms. Exhale everything back down. Bringing your hands as a nice little pillow. We're going to do that 2 more times. So preparing, bringing our gaze out in front of us. We bring our arms out to catch our feet. Inhaling and pressing our palms away with our feet. Shoulder blades are tightening together. Really pressing those palms away. Focusing on bringing our knees together. And then exhale it all the way down. Last time here. Inhale, grabbing onto those feet. Exhale, pressing them away. And release. Beautiful. So from here, bringing the palms right by our chest. Once again, tucking those toes. You can press up with your knees or press up fully into a push-up. Plank. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Pedaling out those heels. Pressing them out away. Opening the chest. Inhale our right toes to the sky. Opening up to the right side of the room. Squaring off our hips. And then exhaling, bringing everything back into alignment. Our right knee to chest. And then maybe we pivot onto our back toes, extending that right leg long out in front of us. Inhaling the left arm up to the sky. Bringing the left palm back to the mat, tucking that knee and bringing it back up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Bringing that right knee to chest. Let's step it all the way through to a low lunge. Untucking those toes, inhaling, arms up to the sky. And then exhaling that right leg long. Maybe pointing the toes, reflexing them. Try to keep some alignment into those hips. Inhale, arms come up. And then exhale, turning to twist to the right. Popping those back toes up if you can reach. Releasing into the twist. Inhaling to untwist. Exhaling, planting both palms on the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, and bring those right toes up to the sky. Back to downward facing dog. Just take a moment to capture your breath. We'll do the same on the other side here. In a moment, finding some stillness. Bring those left toes up to the sky, hinging at the hips, opening up to the left side of the room this time. And squaring off those hips, let's bring the left knee to chest. Pivoting onto those right toes, we extend the left leg long. Right arm comes up towards the sky as we hold into our plank here. Exhale, bringing that right palm back, left knee to chest, inhaling up towards the sky. Again, exhaling knee to chest, bringing the left toes through this time, planting the knee down. Untuck those toes, arms come up. And then exhaling, straightening out that front leg. Really focusing on keeping both hips straight here in front of the mat. Pointing the toes, reflexing. And inhale, bringing the bend into the knee. Arms come up. And exhaling over to the left. And picking up those back toes. Notice where your breath is. Coming back to it. Inhale, arms come up, dropping those toes, and then planting those palms, tucking the toes, knee comes up, left knee to chest, and back up to the sky. Downward facing dog. From here, bringing both knees to the mat, untuck those toes, extending those arms nice and long in child's pose. Take a moment here to settle. From here, coming up into all fours. So from here, knees are up towards the sky, straightening out that right leg, bringing the left sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Inhale, our arms come up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, so we come into a nice forward fold as we're seated. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to deepen. You may have to do this a couple times just to feel into the hamstring. Inhaling, bringing our right forearm to the mat, just to align with our shin, our lower part of the leg. Then we'll inhale our left arm up to the sky, and then exhale it over to clasp onto our toes. If you can't quite make it to the toes, you can easily just keep your arm nice and open, focusing on opening through the chest. You don't have to quite make it to the toes, just the movement of opening. Inhale, coming all the way up. We'll do the same on the other side. Left leg comes long, right sole of the foot comes into the left. Inhale, both arms come up. And then exhale, hinging at the hips, clasping onto the foot. Same thing on this side, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to deepen. From here, same thing, bringing the left forearm, aligning it with the lower part of the leg, inhaling our right arm up towards the sky, focusing on opening through the chest here. Maybe we clasp our toes, or maybe we just stay nice and open, half move. And then inhale, our arms come up. Exhale, let's maybe straighten out both legs, shake them out a little bit. And then come back to seated position. Thank you so much for joining my class once again. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Catch us next time.